Check 1, 2. Check, check. Ladies and gentlemen, your eyes do not deceive you. This is a normal video. Today, in this mysterious box, we have the Neptunia versus Neptunia limited edition. I'm guessing Sisters done a number on my box. I swear to God, I have no idea how this happened. Now, I do owe some thanks for Idea Factory for sending this over. If you guys like what you see here, go over to their website, check out their store, buy a copy for yourself if you like it. Well, with that out of the way, let's get into it with a knife. Let's have a knife time. There, that's the one. Let's have a knife unboxing. And it's exactly as advertised, ladies and gentlemen. I have been waiting for this box of United States priority mail mailers for, well, about 2 days. I had really fast shipping. This is shaping up to be a pretty awesome limited edition already. Oh, okay, this one does have something in it. Maybe I should actually look inside that last one. Oh, there is something in here. It's my hand. All right, so the first priority mailer, we have Neptunia Sisters versus Sisters PS5, and this Neptunia card, it's Idea Factory card, really. Snow Day Selfie, Neptunia Sisters versus Sisters. So a lot of companies do these little card things, you know, collect them as you buy stuff from their shop. It's a pretty neat little collectible for people who care about this sort of thing. So we'll open the game first. The Neptunia versus Sisters limited Neptunia. Alright, so here's just a quick little look at the case. Traditional Neptunia colors represented very well here. All those soft pinks, purples, and violets, the soft kind of pastel colors. With game industry on the brink of destruction, Nepgear and the candidates must band together and restore order. Unleash the divine power of goddess transformation. Play with your customizable combos and outfits in this action RPG. Choose from 10 playable characters, including 2 new faces. Inside the case, it's the disc, same artwork as we got on the front there, just, you know, not quite so centered. And it looks like reversible cover art. Yes, this reversible cover art is the same art I got on my little card here, obviously just blown up. And the other side appears to be about exactly the same, minus some of the barcodes, legal information stuff at the bottom. Going back into the box, we have the main item in here, the limited edition box with all the other goodies, minus one, which we'll get to in a little bit. Now, I've said it before in other unboxings, but I guess it bears repeating. I definitely prefer when all the goodies are put into one box, instead of, you know, having the game and something else kept separately. I do understand why this happens from a manufacturing and shipping perspective. It's much easier to just, you know, grab the box and grab the game and ship them separately than make a whole different SKU or a whole different place in your warehouse for a box that's filled with PS5 games, a box that's filled with Switch games, and a box that's filled with PS4 games, you know? It's just much easier for them to do it this way, so I get it. But I do prefer when everything is in one big mega box that takes up way too much space on your shelf. But this box here, it is a decent size. It's gonna fit on the shelf rather well. Obviously, Game Gear for scale. And I might be dating myself a little bit with this one, but you guys happen to remember a time when the Game Gear was sort of laughed at for being this massive portable device? Check this out. Steam Deck for scale. So, the limited edition box is at least smaller in one dimension than a Steam Deck, which is an absolutely massive unit. Sisters, the top of the box, we feature one character plus the logo, silhouettes of the characters across the bottom, another character on the bottom plus logo again. There's the one side and the last side. It is a nice looking box, again, representing all the classic Neptunia color schemes in full force. Inside, we start with the Neptunia Sisters vs. Sisters Steelbook. This looks like a really good print, honestly. The color depth in general looks really good, and you can still see some of that kind of glossy, shiny Steelbook look to it. You see that even more on the side where it says Neptunia Sisters vs. Sisters. It's kind of shimmering there in the light a little bit. On the back, we got the characters. Again, great color depth. Honestly, this is just a really nice Steelbook design. And inside, we have even more artwork, this time viewing a character through what looks like shattered glass. this, but there's not too much more to say on that. Steelbook is a steelbook is a steelbook. Underneath the steelbook inlay, we have the Neptunia Sisters vs. Sisters Next Gen Tunes, the soundtrack selection. There's a total of 9 tracks on here credited to 2 different composers and arrangers. Who did that? Inside, here we have the disc, and you know, just the same thing, Neptunia Sisters vs. Sisters Next Gen Tunes. Inside we have a shot of game industry. I can't tell if this is just like a digital distortion or it's supposed to be some sort of big game event. I obviously haven't played it yet. There is no booklet, it's just a little piece of paper. You've seen both sides. So that's about it for the soundtrack. It's not the most heavy-duty OST with... It's not the most heavy-duty OST, only having 9 tracks, but from what I understand, the game isn't too long. There probably isn't all that much music to begin with. Maybe a little more than this. Definitely some like jingles and stuff that have probably been left off of this. And probably, you know, a handful of tracks that have been reused from other Neptunia games. Underneath the CD inlay, we have Neptunia Sisters vs. Sisters, The Planet Tower Archives. This would be the art book, I believe. Not a whole lot to show there on the back, the same sort of art we've seen on the inside of the CD. The front, again, it's the same as the front cover of the game. Let's take a brief look inside without getting into anything that might spoil us. So this doesn't look like a very large art book. We have essentially 7 chapters. What is Neptunia? Characters, swimwear, illustrations, event scenes. We're definitely not looking at that. Backgrounds, and rough sketches. The rough sketches probably also include some spoilers. So first, what is Neptunia? Oh, Jesus, is there really this many games? I know there's a lot of Neptunia games. Most of them have been released more than once. But yeah, Jesus, that is a lot. And like, we're how many spin-off games in a row since the last mainline entry now? It's been a while. But this is Idea Factory's flagship. I'm sure they know what they're doing. They haven't established their fan base for nothing. So here we got our character art. So Nepgear, Ram. Well, let's jump ahead to the swimwear. For no reason at all, we'll just jump ahead to the swimwear. So here's the swimwear collection, which goes straight into the Japanese standard version cover art. So I guess the swimwear only takes up 1 page. So there's not a whole lot of, you know, additional art for that. Just this one little character splash here. Some rough character sketches here. Some of the background and stage design sketches. And yeah, that's about it without getting into any of the spoilers. 47-page hardcover art book. Not the biggest art book, just like the soundtrack, not the biggest one in the world, but apparently not really the biggest game either, so it doesn't exactly need all that much. In saying that though, the game, the art book, and the soundtrack. Anybody who's seen many of my unboxings knows that these are the 3 things that I kind of require for a limited edition to be passable. Everything else, it's kind of just a bonus, you know, it usually gives them character. These are the 3 things that I really want to see in there. And of course, it's great if it has its own box to come in that holds everything. But there is one more thing in this limited edition we haven't shown yet. And this is the thing that gives this limited edition its character. More United States priority mail. But no, if you've seen the LE, you already know what I'm talking about. And that would be the Neptunia Sisters vs. Sisters large mouse pad. This is awesome. This is maybe a better pack-in if it was like a PC game or something, but this is a pretty rad pack-in nonetheless. And I think it's the first time I got like I guess it's not right to call it a mouse pad. It's more like a desk mat, right? This is probably the first time I ever got a desk mat in there. And I bought one for my new PC setup a while ago, and they're not exactly the cheapest thing to find, especially if you're looking for something, you know, pretty sizable and like something that speaks to you and has art that you like on it. But yeah, this right here is pretty friggin' rad. And as a collector's edition, a limited edition, I would say Idea Factory, once again, hit it out of the park. But yeah, just one more big thank you to Idea Factory for sending this over and giving me something to talk about while I keep you guys waiting for the next video. Apologies it's been taking so long. For now, I think it's time I go add some class to my new PC setup. Quite frankly, I have had enough of this uncivilized trash. It's time for some culture. Beautiful. And guys, for the love of God, don't be too alarmed that I kicked this box down the stairs, alright? I did empty all of the contents first, and I weighed it down with something else, so I'm not stupid. I do value the crap that I own, alright? And the crap that gets sent to me. Even though I'm here calling it crap, I don't really think that it is. But yeah, I understand that sort of gut reaction you might have seeing something like that. Trust me, I would get it too. But now that we're here at the end, look forward to the next video, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. I do have an Instagram I sometimes use now, and I hope to see you around again soon for the Bat and Kaitos video. Thanks for watching.
Ad friendly.